Welcome, and thank you for clicking on this video. In today's edition of Bass vs. Bass, in this corner we have the Fender Player Series PJ Mustang, and in the other corner we have the Squier Classic Vibe 60s Mustang bass. Here we go. So both of these basses look like Mustang basses, but under the hood they're quite different. On the Fender Player PJ Mustang, the body is made out of alder, has a maple neck, and it has a Pau Ferro fingerboard. On the Squier, you have a NATO body, and you have an Indian Laurel fingerboard. So those are quite different woods. The electronics are also different. On the PJ, you have a more kind of standard precision type pickup along with a single coil J pickup at the bridge. In the Squier, you have a more typical Mustang style humbucking pickup. It's smaller, the edges are rounder, and I think they sound quite different. Most notably is the absence of the J pickup in the Squier. Do these different features in different woods affect the sound? You be the judge. To have a fair apples to apples comparison, I'm going to use a video I released a few months ago. In this video, I had featured the Fender Player PJ Mustang. It was brand new, fresh out of the box, stock roundwound strings. Here, to keep it fair, we're only going to use the neck P-style pickup in both of these basses. The Squier is also brand new, straight out of the box, stock roundwound nickel strings. In this playing example, in the first pass we have the tone knob at 50%, and in the second pass we have the tone knob wide open at 100%. Now, both basses were recorded using the identical settings, and that's my usual Line6 Pod Go GK800 RB settings. The basses were level matched, but otherwise no EQ or compression was added in post-production. Let's go! Well, I hope you enjoyed that playing example. Please leave your comments below and let me know which one you like better. My assessment. Right away, I think the Player Series PJ Mustang has a much larger sonic footprint. Now, in the playing example, the basses were level matched, but even so, the PJ just sounded much bigger and much broader. Same thing with the frequency spectrum and the bandwidth. I felt the Player PJ bass just sounded wider and just sounded bigger. In terms of upper fret access, the PJ also played more evenly, it was easier to play, and I felt the notes also rang clearer on the Player PJ Mustang. The Squier, on the other hand, sounded quite a bit more narrow, slightly more nasal, and it had a peakier upper mid-range. And I think as a result of that, overall it made it sound thinner, a little less bottom, and perhaps a little clankier, especially with the tone knob at 100%. Is there a night and day difference between these two? There certainly is a difference. I don't think it's night and day, but there definitely is a sonic difference. At time of filming, the Squier is selling for about 589 Canadian dollars, whereas a Fender Player PJ Mustang is selling for about 1,100 Canadian dollars. So there's almost a twofold difference between these two basses. So there you have it for this edition of Bass versus Bass. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.